So, hey everybody! Welcome back to the Ninja Crusade Second Edition playtesting here that I'm doing with some of the members of the development team. I am Eloy Lasanta, the designer of the game myself, and I'm here with Danny, Danielle, and Daryl, just because I like people with names that start with D.
Doesn't everyone?
You're jealous. We always come before you in the alphabet.
You do, always, because I'm E, so I'm very jealous. We actually, last session, if you wanted to click the little symbol up here, because I'm going to have a link that's going to pop up here, and it'll be where you can go back and watch the first video. Otherwise, this is where we're actually going to start playing, because we did make characters last session. So at the beginning of the game, at the beginning of each session, we end up with a certain number of karma, which I'm actually going to keep track of as the GM, since we do not have a center of the table. So I think that's going to make it a lot easier if I just keep it on my screen. As you see, there's a little number 1 up in the corner, and I'm going to verify if that is supposed to stay a 1 or if that is supposed to be something else. So it says here, it starts with a number of d10s equal to the lowest rank of any ninja being played. So it does. It starts with 1. So everybody, there's 1 karma in there, because everybody is rank 1 right now. And that might change. I might change it to the lowest rank, maybe +1. I kind of like the idea of having 2 to start, at least. I don't know. We'll see how this plays out, and how crucial having that karma, that starting karma in there actually becomes. So we'll see. So the characters that we have are, can everybody just really quick just explain your kind of character background real quick again, just so that the viewers, if they're jumping into this brand new, can kind of get a sense of the characters.
Oh, I'll go first. I am playing Ataki Suzuki, who is a grasping shadows water element ninja who has a calm demeanor, but used to be a sellsword and used to do a bunch of bad stuff, and has gotten myself in trouble in a lot of ways. I've seen a lot of bad stuff, and all that can come back and bite us later in the butt. When the war started, I became a scout, scouting out you know, and ahead of the armies and ahead of what was going on, which means I've also seen some bad stuff there too. And pretty much other than that, I fight mostly with fists, but I do have a kunai just to make sure I have something if things are too far away to hit, and I use the eagle and wildcat styles of fighting, and I've got some jutsu. Gosh, I don't even remember what they are. Let me look. I have a lot of the ebony clutches kind of stuff.
Okay, so you sneaky, shadowy stuff.
I have sneaky, shadowy stuff, and I have a little bit of. I have a little bit to help my fisticuffs fighting through Way of Metal. Through Way of Warrior.
Okay.
And a little more unseen warrior jutsu. So. That's,
sweet.
That's pretty much it.
Awesome. Who wants to go next?
I guess I can.
All right.
I am playing Osamu. I cannot pronounce these, and it's going to sound horrible. Fukui. F-U-K-U-I.
Oh, Fukui. That was Fukui.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He is he started out as a monk. He is a living chronicle. That is his ninja clan. So he records things all over his body. And he is also blind. That's his tragedy. His river area, he's blind. And he uses the Way of Beasts and the Way of Captalor for his jutsu. For his, And for his style, he uses mantis, and he also uses some portent. So he, is kind of mystic as well. So it's kind of cool.
Portents is probably one of my favorites of the 99 styles. I really dig that one.
I'm excited to try it.
Daryl.
Alright, I am playing the Great Sakana, an arrogant acrobat, a conniving con man, and a naughty ninja. He was a blazing dancer, he was a traitor and troublemaker during the war years, and is pretty much still a troublemaker now. He uses monkey style, and his jutsu is all around juggling, throwing, and speed, like surface running and lightning fists.
Very cool. Very cool. And I am going to have my character there kind of as an NPC, but it is actually Sakurai Kasumi, and she is actually a member of the... Which clan was I again? Oh, Bamboo Herbalists. So she's kind of the healer of the group. She was a handler of the dead, and she would sell the wares from that she would pocket from some of the dead bodies. So that's fun. So she's kind of a pariah a little bit because people don't really recognize her. But when the war started, she became a champion and started fighting at the forefront. So that's fun. And she fights really, really well with her kama. I gave her paired bladed kama, which are her weapons of choice. And she's got, obviously, some healing jutsu. She's also got some surface running. And she's really strong, so she's got strength boost as well, which is really nice. All right, so those are the characters. So let me bring up my notes here for the adventure we're going to play in. Probably should have had that up already. Being prepared, what? Never. All right, so actually I'm going to set this game in Denketsu because it's the easiest. So Denketsu is the village that has all of the different clans represented in it. And that's probably the easiest way to get you guys together. We also already have bonds with each other, so we've been together for a little bit. We are not brand new to each other, which we could always do that and start with no bonds, but it's more fun if we already kind of know each other. We already have things going on. So you guys are brought into the office of one of the official buildings, where one of the Elder Tribunal members from the Lotus Coalition is there, and he is actually a member of the Hidden Strands, which you know this because as soon as you walk in, he's blind, and he's actually a pretty well-known member of the Lotus Coalition. He's a kind of the blind guy who makes a lot of the judgments and lays down a lot of the punishments and whatnot. So he's actually really well known, except that I don't have a name for him because I can't find it for some reason. So he's super well known, guys. Seriously.
He's so well known. It's more than only needing one name. He needs 0 names.
He needs 0 names. So what I'm gonna do though is I'm going to just find a name real quick because I have Google, and Google is nice for finding names. Boom and boom. All right. So he is called pop-ups. He is called Arata. We'll call him Arata. I like that. His name is Arata the Wise. Giving him actually a title also means that he's kind of higher up in the hierarchy. He's not like the master of the village, but if he has a title as in the Wise, he's actually higher up in the hierarchy of ninja. You have to earn those titles. So he's actually called the 4 Ninja Inn. When you guys walk in, he's actually very much, he's kind of sitting there and he's reading some Braille, but he definitely seems like he knows exactly, as soon as you guys walk in, he knows you guys are there, he knows exactly who you are.
Sakana's got to announce himself anyway, you can relax, the great Sakana has arrived.
Osama will just sigh.
he says, well, I wasn't quite worried. I assumed the messenger would get to you in time. But you do also notice that there's lots of strings kind of all over the room, which is kind of how he does a lot of his sensory stuff while he's in here. So he says, we do have a mission that has been handed down that some squad needs to overtake.
An important squad, right?
Yes, sure. An important squad.
I'll reach out my hand and touch his look on his shoulder and just be like,
Dude.
Calm down.
I don't say anything. I just put a hand on his shoulder.
Like, calm, Sakana, calm.
I'm just pretty much just like shaking my head. I know that, pretend like I don't.
He says your senseis have recommended that we have you undertake this particular mission, and that you would be best suited. I tend to agree, as I have been watching you for many months, and I believe that you will be great for this mission. So he says that there is an outlying group of grasping shadows who exist outside of the Lotus Coalition. They've actually chosen not to join, but they actually house some of the greatest warriors within this particular hidden village. What we are tasking you with is to actually travel to that province and perhaps convince them to join.
Do we know why they've been resistant to join so far?
What I have heard thus far is that their leader is very centered on the fact that there is still war within the Black Veil province. So he does not want to leave where his home is and come to the Lotus Coalition and come here to Denketsu. However, he is probably one of the most strategic minds, and without his expertise, continuing the war will actually be quite difficult.
Hmm.
I see.
Okay.
I mean, he's there. Do you have any other questions?
No, it's quite clear to Sakana why he was chosen for this kind of mission.
Oh, of course.
Not clear to me. Why are these guys with me?
So mostly you're getting the sense, because everything he's kind of saying in the general direction of Suzuki. So it's like a lot of, that's kind of part of it, is that it's your clan as well, so you might be able to appeal to him more, but obviously your squad is going to be there to make sure that you survive the trip. It's not necessarily close. You actually have to go through the Triumph province, which is actually the land of the recoiling serpents, in order to get there.
Oh joy!
We get along so well.
Oh joy!
Now,
just in case nobody got that sarcasm, they don't get along well.
Do we know exactly
yes.
where this hidden village is, or are we going to need to go to the area and talk to peasants and kind of try and get a lead on where it is?
No, he says he can give you the location. He's gotten word back from a few scouts that actually found the location of where he's at, and should be able to direct you. So you will actually have an extraneous, just a scout character who's just with you that won't take part of anything, except that when it comes time to that time, they're going to be like, hey, it's there. So that's that character's entire point. So they do give you somebody who will help you. It is about a 2-day journey. So it is going to be, or actually probably more like 3 or 4 days, because the Triumph province is really long. So it's going to be about a 4-day travel, because none of you guys have teleportation. So it's going to be a matter of trying to do you guys. So if you guys didn't have any more questions for Arata, he is going to dismiss you and just say that there isn't this isn't a race against the clock or anything. But obviously, the sooner that you can convince him to come back, the better.
Are we the first group
Yes.
that you have sent? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And our objective is to bring back the leader, just the leader, not the entire clan.
Well, the leader. Well,
Osama will give him a look like,
Just
why am I
hypothetically.
somebody trussed up like a turkey, being dragged back on Sakarna's shoulder, just well, we got him. What are we,
No, that's not the mission.
the leader, his name is Katsuro. He's actually he's the goal, he's the main one that they actually want.
Right.
But if he can bring his forces with him, that only makes it more formidable. So especially if they're trying to bring him back for helping with strategy, and what better than because he knows his own guys, so he'll be able to strategize for his own people better than he will for the Lotus Coalition people, right off the bat, until he has to spend weeks and months kind of learning the new people.
Right.
So always better to mix in the people that he knows. That's not a necessity, but it's definitely a plus if you can get them to come. So, do you guys have anything that you guys want to definitely prepare and bring? Otherwise you just kind of have things that a ninja would have.
Fireworks.
I'm going to look for a specific something that I think would be a good gift to give to him.
Okay.
On arrival.
Do you have any good ideas for that, or without kind of knowing him, it's kind of hard?
Yeah, without something that I think, I guess it's kind of like ST Fiat of a generic gift that like a piece of art or something that shows the strength of the clan. So not necessarily specific to him or his group, but something
Well, what if we did want to go?
Wine. You should do wine.
What if we did want to go and make this kind of specific to him? Because there are other grasping shadows in the village, right? So just even though you haven't met him personally, maybe a few of the others have.
Sure, maybe
so you can go and ask him.
Do some research.
Yeah, so you can go and ask them about what do you know this guy and what do you think he likes? So if you wanted to do that, so we can kind of talk here about kind of the skill combo system. I have a skill combo in mind. What would be the skill combo that you think would work for that kind of check?
I think that it would be some kind of empathy and persuasion to kind of be hey, let's get information out of people, but
okay, so that's one route, right? So you can do something you can do a persuasion because you're trying to get somebody to give you something, talking to them. So persuasion, that's an easy one. Empathy, I would say if you made a persuasion plus empathy check, you might be saying, so what can I get in order to strike some sort of emotional chord with this guy?
Right.
So the other option that I was actually going to suggest was going to be a persuasion plus crafts check, which would be more of a, hey, what do you guys think I should get him as a gift? But one is more thinking traditional, just, hey, a whatever kind of tribute. The other one is more, maybe I want something that maybe isn't whatever, but strikes an emotional chord. So whichever one, whatever one you're kind of thinking towards, you can make that check.
Well, seeing as I don't have any crafts or persuade, but I do have some empathy.
Okay. Let's go with that one then.
I still only get one dice, so this is going to be I might be the worst person for this. We'll find out.
You've been elected.
Oh yeah, that was terrible. It was a 3. So I like,
So-
hey, there's this guy. Do you know him? They're like, who are you talking about? He's like in a hidden village. Like, they don't even know who I'm talking about.
Exactly. Well, so they're like, no, you know what? You know what? We've met him before, but he's been such a he's stone faced, so we're not
Yeah.
actually sure what you could get him to kind of strike any kind of emotional chord with him. If the either of the other two characters want to go ask them, maybe perhaps one of their members of their clans possibly battled him or know of him. Probably not directly, but maybe know something of him. But you guys will suffer a -1 penalty to your check.
Yeah, no, Sakana's convinced that he knows what's best in this situation, and he's bringing wine and fireworks.
Wine and fireworks.
Wine
Good
and fireworks.
combination.
Wow.
I can have Osamu go ahead. He's pretty introspective and thoughtful. He might be able to what was the do the same check or come up with something different for him?
Well, do you have a different idea?
Well, you know, I was thinking intuition is more about like motives, like what somebody's motives might be in figuring it out.
Yeah.
And that's what Osama's kind of trying to do. He's like trying to figure out who this person is. He might go, I mean, he's a living chronicle, so he might see if there was anything chronicled somehow or any records somehow maybe of this guy, if he's such a good strategist or something like that. He's also, so maybe intuition plus... I don't know.
I would make this one a knowledge and crafts.
Knowledge and crafts.
I'd make this one knowledge and crafts because it would be knowledge because you're looking it up in your research and everything, and then you would be getting crafts because you're looking for a good tribute. I think that's good.
Ooh. Well, I got 8, 3, a 1, and a 4.
So you got 1 success.
1.
And I'll give it to you. So you're able to come up with, let's see, you know that he is fond of flower arrangements, strangely enough.
Ooh.
And
Okay.
so you find that he is fond of flower arrangements, orchids specifically.
Who
Which
would
means,
have? Does your
Go ahead.
okay? Would are the herbalists the one, or we need a guard? Which clan would be with the plants that would do?
It would be the bamboo
orchids?
herbalists or a recoiling serpent would be the two that you'd want to ask.
Can I ask
We're passing
your
through the recoiling serpents area.
Yeah.
We
Exactly.
yeah, that'd be good. We're gonna get in there. And, well, your character's a bamboo herbalist, so
Right.
does your character happen to know where there might be some maybe rarish or?
I'm gonna say
orchids?
Kasumi actually she's been to a bunch of the flower shops in the area, so she already knows for a fact that they don't have any orchids here.
Okay.
But yes, there are actually orchids through the Triumph province, but that would mean a detour in order to go through the area that actually has those.
Okay.
That's kind of. I mean, she's like, yes, let's do that. Because that's her. She's all about taking dares and risks and stuff. So she's like, yes,
Yeah, that'll
that sounds
be good.
amazing.
Well,
I know
that's what we
exactly
can
the
tell the
place where we can go
recoilings.
with that.
That's what we can tell the recoiling serpents when we run into them. Look, man, we just want your flowers. That's all we want. We don't got no beef with you. We just want your orchid.
Sounds legit.
They'll be fine.
They love that.
They'll be fine. I think they'll be great. I think it'll be fine.
Why do I not believe? It'll be fine. It'll be. What could go wrong?
So a common thing with the bamboo herbalist, just so the watchers, because we do actually have a few people viewing.
Hi, everybody.
Hey. So a common theme with the bamboo herbalists is that they love crossing into other people's territory to get strange herbs and stuff like that. So that's right up her alley.
Mhm.
I do have Q&A turned on, so if anybody has any questions while we play, you can always throw those out there too. Just throwing that, just saying. All right. So there's that. So yeah. So you guys have some. You guys don't have any orchids here, but it would make a wonderful tribute when you get there. I would say that would probably get you some bonus dice when it came down to some of the stuff. So it's definitely going to be worth it to go get that.
Okay, so detour for orchids on our way to the village.
Exactly.
Awesome.
All right. So if no one else has anything else that they're going to try and like get or organize or anything like that, which is fine. I mean, I would just assume you grab your normal gear and enough food.
Yeah.
You know, because it's going to be about 4 days. So I think what we're going to do to kind of go between now and then, getting to the area where the orchids are, I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a journey, which is a fun little rule that we have where you guys get to roll along your journey and see what happens along the way. So yay.
Yay.
So we're going to go the planning and preparation stage, which is a knowledge and persuade check. So who wants to make that one? And then we're going to go in order after then.
I have 5 dice for knowledge and persuade.
She is going to be actually kind of the better one, probably.
Yeah,
I have
at that.
2. I only have 2 dice, so I'm not the best for that. So let's let her do that. Let's so go ahead and let's let Osamu. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh!
Let's let Osamu do that.
Oh! I rolled a 10 and an 8. I got like 3 successes.
Nice. All right, so
Yay.
3 successes.
There goes everybody.
Amazing. Your dice are kind of hard to read.
Well, they're clear, that's why they're not opaque. But I do have a kick-ass dice cup.
Oh. Okay. So then there's that, and that was just difficulty 1, so that's cool. And as long as you got that, then you're good, and you get to choose any future challenge check that we have. You can actually decrease the difficulty by 1 for any of the future things that are coming up.
Because
all right,
so well.
Because you did so well. All right, so now the next thing is the trailblazing through the path through the wilderness, and the Triumph province is very much a lot of that. So who's going to be making that check? That's going to be a fortitude and travel check.
Sakano would
that
love
is
to break
not
the trail.
I have 5 dice for that.
Sakano's got 4, so
Ooh. Well,
he certainly wants to break the trail, but he doesn't have to.
I'm the scout. This is the thing I do.
Okay, I'm the scout. You talk about him, and he's like, all right.
Let me do my job.
He is the scout. That is kind of her thing.
Awesome.
All right, that's actually difficulty 3 for this one.
Ooh.
Okay, well, I have a 10, a 9, and a 7.
Which would
Nice!
be 4 successes.
Do ones do anything?
No.
Okay.
No, ones don't take away successes, but if there are ones but you don't have any successes, then you have to start taking consequences.
Okay.
So,
Then yes, I have 4 successes.
4 successes, which is amazing because you needed 3. So great. And actually, had anybody lost any psyche, somebody would be able to actually, bring up a psyche, which is pretty cool. So we were able to trailblaze through knotted bamboo forests and doing a bunch of that stuff. So we found like a good path that we're traveling. So I don't know, it's looking pretty good, guys, so far. All right.
Yeah, that makes me nervous.
Give me a minute.
I don't know if anybody else, but that makes me nervous. Like we're just going along like Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, like la da 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 da.
Well,
Yeah,
so the next one is that we're trying to avoid attacks from like beasts in the woods, and we're trying to avoid stuff like that. So let's see what happens now. The next check is actually a perception and stealth check, which I think for this I'm going to switch that to a stealth and survival check since we're in the wilderness specifically. So,
I have 4.
stealth and survival.
Yeah. Well, and the sad thing is, like, we can't use people that have already done this.
Exactly.
Oh,
So
I
only me or
forgot.
Daryl can go now.
Oh.
And I actually have 1 die. Is what I have.
That's one
Oh,
more
Daryl,
than me.
please tell me you have more than 1.
No, he's got 1.
Oh,
So,
man.
should I roll a real die or roll a mechanical die? That's the next question here. So, I think I'm going to roll a mechanical die.
How many successes do we need?
Ooh, yeah, that's a good question. How many do we need on this one? We need 2.
So
Which
on
means-
10,
roll a
we
10.
Which means I need a 10,
You
and
need
it
a
could
10.
happen. It could happen.
Good. Come on.
No, I got a 1.
Oh my god.
That means I have to take on a consequence as well,
Oh,
which sucks. And actually, what I'm
I'm
going to do...
regretting my poor life choices. I should have let.
I'm regretting my life choice.
Look, right
Actually-
side, I think our karma pool just went up.
That is going to get our karma pull up 1. It's actually correct, because anytime that you take a consequence, you're going to get 1 karma, so now we have 2. So that's good. And I think my consequence, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that I'm going to take a poisoned 1 condition and say that we ran into some snakes and I got bit, so I am poisoned 1. Poison 1 condition right now. So can I write it here? Let's see. Poison 1. Hi,
Yeah, there you go.
but it's all in. Let me see. Yeah. All right. So I have a poison 1 condition right now.
Can
so
everybody
there's
do that, or is that just
Yes.
like a thing you
I
can
can
do?
see it.
I can
you
see
not
it,
see
but
it?
is it? I can see it. It's just, can I add that to my own?
Yeah, it's under dice stream,
Oh.
The text
and then
tab.
there's dice for rolling, and then you just go to text,
Oh, okay.
which is the
Well,
second
not like
thing.
I have anything right now, but in
Yeah.
the future.
I'm
Okay.
sure we will. So I'm going to take a poison 1 condition on that. But we do have 2 karma, so I guess that's okay. So we didn't avoid all of the poisonous animals, which is okay, because you know what, whatever.
You know,
Which means,
it's just a poisonous snake. I mean, come on.
which means the last thing that we have to do is we have to cross a major river to get to that area where the orchids are. So that would be your
Stand
chest.
back, everyone. Sakana's got this.
Does he?
So
Does
this is
he?
actually-
They don't
I
call me-
was just like, does he really?
They don't call me the great fish for nothing.
Did they?
Okay.
Do they call you that?
Is that what
They
you
call me that. That means everyone
call me
else calls me that.
It's going to be a
Excellent.
survival and travel check, sir.
Survival and travel, so that's going to be 1 die. Oh, go ahead and roll it.
Better than none. This one
Yep.
needs 2 as well, though.
You know what? I'm going to take 1 out of the karma pool.
Okay.
So I'll roll 2 dice.
So, and just so everybody so everybody just knows, so the karma pool is a shared pool of dice that we all can share. So because I failed, we added 1, and so he can just grab that out, which is pretty nice. And of course, he rolled a 4 and a 5,
4 and
which
5,
means
0
he didn't do us any
successes.
good. So 0 successes, but he didn't critically fail it like I did. So that's good. It just means a failure. So that means that, let's see. Ooh, it says failure means that you lose your heaviest item.
Oh no, my fireworks! I lose my fireworks!
I think you're going to
Oh,
lose
no.
your crate of fireworks is what
Oh,
Yes.
good lord. Right in the swamp with the snakes, man.
The
That's
river
crazy.
is deeper because of my tears. I had such fun with those fireworks.
All right, and then the last one, and actually I'm going to skip the last roll, which is the temple roll, which is you're out of the woods, and so now it's like, hey, how are you, how do you,
Positioned,
like, how are
yeah.
you received in where you're going? But I'm actually going to skip that one because we're not technically where we need to be. We're just kind of in the middle of where we are right now. So right now it's a temple. that Kasumi has actually brought you guys to, because this is where the orchids grow. There's actually a temple, and along the temple, there's like a bunch of orchids all like around the actual temple.
Lord,
So
we're not going to anger some deities or something by picking their sacred orchids or whatever, are we?
now,
That's
now
what
this,
Osamu's thinking.
you
Actually, he's going
could.
to ask. He's going to say, these are not, he's going to ask your character, these are not sacred orchids, are they?
She says, "I don't know. They're orchids." I didn't actually research the temple. I just know that it's here because I've been here before. So, there's some orchids. And orchids, there's no role or anything. Like everybody knows what an orchid looks like, so there's not like a let's identify the right plant or anything like that. Nothing like that. It's just a matter of going up to the temple and grabbing some, really. This is a temple in the middle of like a heavily jungled area. The nearest town is miles away, which means this temple is...
I'm having a worse and worse feeling about this.
Yes. Which means, so it's definitely not going to be it's going to be a tricky thing here, so we're going to see. So who wants to go grab the orchids?
Sakana's already on his way.
Yes, I figured as much.
You guys are talking about this a lot. I'm out.
Can I activate my hearing, my jutsu, my hearing, so that
Sure.
I can hear if there's going to be anything going down, like if there's going to be any recoiling serpents coming through the jungle or anything like that?
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay, yeah.
Please do.
Okay, yeah. I'm just going to be like, I see him charging ahead, and I'm just like, radar. Well, not see him, but I hear him charging ahead, or maybe I just know him well enough that I don't even need to see to know that he's just going ahead. So I'm going to do that. I'm just like, well, he's probably already gone. I might as well just go ahead and... Okay, so
All
I
right.
have to...
So that's going to be a yin and perception check.
Okay.
And it's just difficulty 1. You just need 1 success.
I got 2.
Okay. So just to tell everybody how you got that, what's your yin right now?
It's 1?
And
No, I'm sorry, my yin is 2.
Okay.
I get to roll 1 more. My yin is 2, and my perception is 2. So
Okay.
I actually had just rolled 3 dice. I'll roll... No. Okay, so just 2 successes.
Okay.
I rolled 2 9s, a 4, and a 3.
Sounds good. All right.
So I have 2. So I have my hearing, and it...
So what it does is it basically makes your hearing perfect up to 200 feet.
200 feet. Yes.
Yeah. And it gives you a +1 to all your perception checks for hearing while active.
Yes. So,
all right, so go ahead and
is listening. He's trying to
go ahead and make
out...
a perception check then. We'll make this a perception and intuition check. And don't forget to get your +1.
Okay.
For your jutsu.
Okay. So add a die or just add 1?
Oh, a bonus. It means a bonus die. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. So I get 6.
That's a good number of dice.
All right.
Very good number, yeah.
Oh, no way. Okay, I got a 9, 3 10s. I'm not even kidding you.
Nice.
10,
You
10,
gotta keep talking so we can see it.
10,
Oh my god.
3 10s, a 7, a 9. No, I got 5 success. 5. I got 7 successes on that. So if like a grasshopper farts somewhere in 200 feet, Osamu hears it.
Someone has a boost.
So you ended up boosting twice, actually.
Yeah, I'm excited. Wow, I don't...
So with 2 boosts, what you can do is you can trade those in for karma if you want. Or I'm going to tell you something that you hear, and you can trade one of those in for additional information or whatever as well. When you're listening, you actually hear you do hear stirring inside of the temple, and you also hear fluttering. I would say maybe the fluttering of wings and whatnot up in the trees.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going to give you. And fluttering the trees seems like like something being awoken in the trees around the temple.
Great. Okay, so I've got noise in the temple and I've got noise in the tree.
Right. And you have
Alright.
2 boosts. So if you wanted to use a boost, you could say like, I'm going to use a boost to tell me kind of more about what's going on inside the temple, or tell me more about the birds. You can do like that.
Okay, I think I'm going to be more worried about the trees since we're kind of be outside at this point. So I'm going to use a boost to find out more about what's going on in the trees.
Okay.
To figure out if I can tell something else.
You hear, I would say that you hear the sound of approximately 10 very large hawks that you can tell, like, this is not normal, like, hawk area, which means they're definitely there as sentry. And they have been awoken, and they are probably about to attack any minute here.
Okay, so I'm going to shout a warning, I guess.
The other boost, are we going to throw that into Karma? Is that what you're going to do?
Can I use it for the temple?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. What do you guys think? Would you rather have Karma or me figure out what's going on in the temple? Try to figure out what's going on in the temple.
I think I would rather find you figure out what's going on.
Okay. So I'll use the second boost to hear more about the temple.
Okay. Inside the temple, I'm going to say that you hear this. I'm going to say the footsteps of about 2. I'm going to say you hear the footsteps of about 2 different people, and you hear the sound of swords being unsheathed.
Oh, great. Okay.
So it is definitely somebody who is aggressive, and they are headed towards the door like they're about to come out.
Okay.
So, and the only reason for all of this is because Sakana just walked in. I was about to say, hey, who wants to make a stealth check? But
yeah, stealth check would have been nice.
I was about to say, who wants to make a stealth check? But
that kind of not happening.
Yeah. So yes, so that's what's happening. So there you go.
All right. Yeah. So I'm gonna warn. I'm gonna say 2 at least in the temple with swords and hawk sentries coming from above, and I'm gonna do my best to warn them of the danger in both directions.
Okay.
Well,
so,
yeah.
So Osamu says, there's birds up there, and there's people coming out, and oh my gosh. So probably not just like that, but
no, he's a little more dignified. He'd probably do more something like hostiles from the temple and from the trees or something.
Yes.
Sakana sighs and was like, what would scare off hawks? Fireworks.
Well, too bad. All right. So you know what? Let's do initiative then. And since this is going to be our first fight, it's going to be amazing.
Awesome.
Yay.
And I'm going to head ahead and use the dice thing for this so that people can see my dice, even though I love my yellow dice. But okay. And we get how many for?
No, you just tell me what your initiative is.
5.
Oh, right. It is 8.
5 and 8. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Kasumi has an 8 as well. And Danielle has.
Oh, we don't roll for it. It's just our number, a 7.
A 7. All right.
See, and this is why I get a head start. Because everybody goes before me.
Let me bring up the antagonists real quick. That's the one that's not edited yet, so I don't have that in that thing, that playtest packet yet. So where is that? Go over here. Alright. I could just give an arbitrary number, but I'm actually going to try out the numbers that I have here instead. Animals, ninjas. I'm looking for ninjas. Here they are. All right. So, ninja. All right. So, there are two ninjas who are coming out of the temple, as well as a flurry of hawks who are coming behind you guys. And they actually have initiative 9s. Ooh.
Oh, what?
Yeah, apparently. So they both get to go before you. But I'm going to say, you know what? I'm actually going to reduce each of their initiatives by 2. And I'm going to have them go on 7s because you already heard that they were coming.
Haha.
I'm going to say that that's another effect of that boost, is that you lowered their initiative. So that actually means that Osamu will go first, followed by Kasumi.
Now, do we all roll for dynamic actions now?
Yes! Yes, I forgot about that. Thank you. So everybody's going to roll 3 dice for dynamic actions. Kasumi got 4. Wow. Kasumi's going to be fighting like a boss over here. She has 5 dynamic actions.
I have 1.
I have 1 extra, so
1.
2 total.
So remember, you get 1, and then you're rolling for more.
Okay, yeah, so I have 2 total. I rolled an 8.
2.
Okay. And then that's actually what you guys can keep up in your little corner if you wanted to. You can keep track of your dynamic actions that way. I'm going to tick it off on my paper over here. So,
Now I've just got tokens here.
There we go. I've got 2.
I think I'm just gonna
And I will make my color
only have 1.
pink. There.
There you go. All right. And then you have 2. All right, so we're good to go. And then I actually have 5, which is ridiculous.
What?
You didn't see my roll. I rolled a 10. I rolled a 10, a 9, and a 7, and then I get 1 already. So that's the beauty of the dice.
So we start with 1 and then we roll for extra ones, right?
Correct.
That's how that
Which
works.
is why I have 5.
Okay. So.
All right. So, Osamu. So you see, hawks are descending. They're not
I
quite
hear
on you
them,
yet,
rather.
but they are descending. And there are 2 people coming out of the temples, but they're not on you guys or anything like that. So.
So, I guess the thing to do is, I have no, that's not gonna work. Well, I have favor, which means I can give animals orders.
Okay.
And trying to think of how effective that would be. There's like 10 of them, you said? There's like
Yeah,
10?
about 10. I'm basically grouping them in 2 groups of 5 as 2
Okay.
separate enemies.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and I guess try to use that since
Okay.
I know that they're animals. So I'm gonna try to use my jutsu.
That's actually a really
is-
good one for you guys to have. So.
Yeah. So it is my yin and persuade.
So what is your persuade?
It is 2.
And your yin is currently still at a 2.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll 4.
And you're trying to get at least 2 successes.
I have a 7, 9, 5, and 2. So I got 2 successes.
So you got 2 successes. That's what you needed.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you use where's that? Where's favor? Favor. There it is.
Way of
All
beasts.
right. So you're going to kind of extend your senses, and what are you commanding the birds to do? I'm gonna say you can command one of the bird flocks to do something, 1/2 of them, so 5 of them.
Oh god, I could be evil. Attack the other group. I'm going to tell the 5 to attack the other 5 birds.
Okay. I have a star next to that one. So with your turn, you're going to send them against the other ninja.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. And then I guess Kasumi, are you going to use your dynamic action for anything?
None at this point.
Okay. So I am going to have Kasumi. What does she have? She's got a bunch of stuff. Um, yeah, you know what? I mean, she's got blades, so let's do it. She's going to take out her comma and go, "Psha," and then she's going to run up to one of the ninja and attack, because why not? So she is going to attack with, let's make that fighting, which is 3, intuition, which is 3, so she is rolling 6 dice, which is nice. All right, so whoa, look at that. Okay, the computer loves me.
Apparently.
I am not cheating, everybody.
I am not looking forward to the bad guys attacking us with those kind of rolls.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes on my attack. So yeah, so let's see if the bad guy can get out of the way. What is his roll here? He gets. Oh wow! All right. So I probably, you know what? We should probably be fighting something slightly weaker than that, because I just realized what I had us fighting.
Bring it on!
So I'm going to have us fight this thing instead, and which actually is going to give him a fewer he has 8 dice to. So I rolled 6 against him, and then he has 8 dice. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Wow.
All right, so yeah, he rolled really well. That's a lot of dice.
Yeah.
So,
They're typical Guardians. They should be tough.
however, let's look at my dynamic action stuff and see because I might be able to do something with my dynamic actions since I have so many of them. Where is that here? I guess I gotta get to it. Come on. Dynamic actions. I'll do a search thing.
It's on page 111.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry, 140. Yeah. 111 in the doc, 143 according to the page numbers.
143. Got it. All right. That's not it either, but it works out. All right. So with the dynamic actions, let's see if I can do something here. I can retreat, attack, counterattack. No. Darn it. No. All right, so that just means I missed. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to spend one of my dynamic actions to attack again. Because why not? So, clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I rolled 1, 2. That's 5 successes on my next attack.
Wow.
And he is going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again. Darn it. Oh, wait, that tied, right? Hold on. Because I forgot the rule in this is that ties actually mean I succeeded. Because, boom, yes. Because basically when you're attacking, the defense person is your difficulty. So meeting the difficulty still means I deal my base damage, which is 1. So even that first attack still dealt 1. So they've taken 1, and then this second attack I've dealt 1, and I'm actually going to say that I'm going to spend an extra 1 to deal 2 instead. So I've done 3 damage there. And I'm actually going to hold off on spending my last 2 dynamic actions. So I did my regular action and attacked again, added damage. Yeah, got it. All right. So I'm going to say my initiative is up, which actually brings it to Danielle.
Okay, I'm probably I'm going to help you with the ninja you have attacked.
Okay.
So I'm going to run in there. I'm going to try this out. I'm going to try my Way of the Warrior Sturdy Fists. I have 3 dice, which is not the best, but
Okay.
not miserable. So I'm going to roll that. I need 1 success.
Mm-hmm.
I have 3
Ooh.
Cool.
successes.
So you just needed
Um,
one.
I just
But
needed
what that
1.
does is it gives you +2 to your next attack.
That's excellent because I'm about to make an attack. There
you go.
Which is that I did Sturdy Fist, which immediately allows me to make an attack with +2 fighting.
Correct.
So I apply that +2 to that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's 4, and then it's fighting, I guess.
It's usually it's either fighting and speed or fighting and intuition, depending on how you're fighting. Or if you have a different idea for a combo, you can always suggest one.
I think I'm kind of like, because I'm doing like fisticuffs, I'm gonna try to like run in and be kind of quick and then be on the defensive. So I think
You're
I
gonna
want
do fighting and speed then.
Fighting and speed, yeah,
Okay.
which is another 4. Oops, if I touch the right thing. Okay, so that's 8 dice altogether.
Nice.
And they're rolling 8 dice as well, so it's good that you have
1,
that.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I rolled 8 as well. I know.
Man.
Well,
It's kind of
that's
crazy.
1 damage, but that's 1 damage.
So that's still 1 damage though.
Yes.
So you still damaged them for 1, and remember, you can actually spend. Remember, you're you. So
right,
you
I
can spend.
I can spend. Well, I only have 2 dynamic actions right now.
So you could spend both of them and do +1 damage for each, or you could hold on to those 2 and do something else with them later if you wanted to.
I may hold on to them and do something later.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll just do.
Well, or do you want to do something now with them, like attack again or something like that?
Oh, I don't. I don't know. You know what? Let's go ahead and do extra damage with them now because I have secured a hit.
Okay.
And I'm not, with how you've been rolling, I'm not sure that's gonna happen.
I know, right?
So,
It's how the computer has made me roll. The one that we are fighting, though, is actually, he's pretty low already.
Yeah.
So just so you know. So.
That's good.
All right, so then that actually makes it... Oh, it's their turn now. Because it was you and them, they were tied. So they are going to... Well, I mean, the one that's on us will attack one of us. Evens or odds, Danielle?
Even.
I rolled an odd, so it's going to attack me. So it has 9 attack dice. Jesus.
Lord, what are these guys?
Temple guards, yeah, that's good. They should
So
be
that's
tough.
1. They got 1 success though, so whatever. They got 1 success on that 9 dice, and then I'm actually going to attempt to. I'm just going to deflect their attack with that. So I'm going to do fighting and speed, which is 5 dice for me. And I got 1, 2, 3 successes. So I successfully defended. Yay.
Awesome.
And I'm going to spend one of my dynamic actions to counterattack. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for me. So 1, 2 successes on my counterattack, which is not great. And 1... they only got 1 success, so I did successfully attack. Which means I do 2 more damage, yes.
Awesome.
And actually, I'm going to spend 1 more. So I just spent 1 to counterattack, 1 more, so I can only spend 1 more. So now I'm down to 1 dynamic action left. But now I just dealt an additional damage, so I just dealt 3 more. All right, cool. So that's one of their actions, and then the other one gets to attack as well. I'm going to say that one is going to attack you, Danielle.
Okay.
So let's do that.
So.
And with the antagonist, it's really easy because you don't have to figure out combos and stuff. It's just it tells you how much attack dice or how many defense dice they get. So they're pretty easy. For the characters, we're like, how do we want to defend? What's my strategy?
That's what I'm thinking. And a deep question. I think I'm being quick and dodgy, so I want to use speed, but
Okay.
I don't know.
What's
Maybe
the
intuition?
Usually it would be athletics and speed if
Okay,
you're
let's
just
maybe
going
do it.
for like a quick dodge.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so athletics and speed then for a dodge.
So I have 4 dice. Oh, not 5. No, no. Oh my goodness. Okay. That was too many. No, it was new. All right. I have 1 success. So,
Okay.
being
And
punched in the face.
so how many did I say that they rolled? Because now I don't remember. Oh no, I didn't actually roll it yet.
Yeah.
I got 2 successes,
Okay, so they
which means
still...
they're going to deal you two damage, probably physical damage. Which of course you can shirk that off. You can.
So they do 2 damage. I
It
don't
would.
subtract successes from them.
Uh, wait.
She
Yes,
did 1.
actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She
one.
got
Yes.
1
You got
success.
1, and I rolled 2. Right. So they're
Right.
going to deal 1 damage plus any additional successes.
Okay,
So
I see.
so 2 damage that way.
So 2 damage, yeah.
Yeah. So they're going to deal 2 damage, and then so again, you would take 2 physical damage, and of course, if you wanted to take one of those as a condition or something like that, you could always do that.
Okay, I will go ahead and take them as damage right this moment. We'll see
Okay.
in the future what that does.
Okay. All right. So there's that, and then the birds will go. So one of the birds is going to attack them
Mhm.
because that was a good move.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give the birds 5 dice. So the birds are going to attack with 1 success, and the ninja will defend with 2 successes. So the birds did not affect them.
Hopefully they're at least distracting.
Yeah. The other birds are going to attack you, Osamu.
course
Because
they are.
you haven't been attacked. So actually, no. You know what? No, they're going to attack Sakana.
Yeah, all right.
Because he's out there in the
And he's
middle.
out there. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
About time.
So they're going to attack you. So you go ahead and make your check, Sakana.
Yeah, and what he wants to do is tumble forward onto the ground. He's kind of moving forward towards the flowers. So I
Okay.
assume that would be athletics and speed.
All right. And I just got 1 success. So
Okay. Roll. I've got 3 successes, so not
Okay.
quite a boost, unfortunately.
So the birds were there trying to like pick at you and eat you and didn't get you. So all right. So there's that. Did you want to? I mean, because here's the thing. After a successful defense, you can always use a counterattack. You spend one one thing, and you can do a counterattack if you want.
Yeah, no, he's not here to fight, actually.
All right. So then it is your turn now. Then.
Yeah, so now he's sprinting for the orchids, and he's gonna just like try and scoop his hands into the ground and just like lift some up or whatever. So you tell me how will I be able to collect orchids in combat?
Well, it would just be you using your act. You say, "I'm going to use my action to collect orchids." Like,
Awesome.
there's not really like a roll for that or anything. Like,
then I'll burn both my dynamic actions to do that as well. So I'll scoop up 3 orchids.
okay, so you're basically
Now we're gonna
using,
be.
you're
Now
using 3 actions to just like collect as many orchids as possible. Then.
Now we're going to be
Alright.
showing up to this guy. They're all crumpled and wrinkled. They got
Roll.
blood.
Oh, he's being extremely careful with them.
Roll 3 dice, please.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This guy's going to be like, what?
4, 5, 6. So if I'm
I'm
looking
going to
for
say you're able to
successes,
collect
then-
15.
Oh. Okay.
You're
That's a
able to
lot.
collect 15 orchids because you're a ninja.
Yeah,
Awesome.
ninja orchid picking.
Ninja
It's orchid picking. It's a thing.
So he grabs these. He's like looking at these other ninja, like, "Sorry guys, gotta go."
What?
Run away! We have
Run away.
runners.
So that's the end of the first round there. I'm actually going to spend my last dynamic action to bump my initiative up by 2 for the next round. So now I'm actually going on a 10 the next round.
All right. I'm gonna see how this jutsu works.
All right. And then we're all going to re-roll for dynamic actions. And I rolled 4 again. So now I have 5 this round as well. How is this happening this much?
1 for me, so same 2.
So
So
same
I have
for you.
2 again. Yeah.
I get 2 again.
Well, Kasumi's just all over the place.
She's
And
like
she
a
gets to go
whirlwind.
first. So let's
Well,
see.
she's done this before.
Well, that's kind of her thing, right? She's the foot soldier. She's the champion. So that's kind of her thing. Oh, you know what? I forgot that while she's got her blades out, because she's constantly spinning her blades, people are at a -1 to hit her. So I actually should have been doing 1 less dice for the bad guys. Yeah. Actually, I'm just going. She's kind of a straightforward attacker. Like her jutsu are not even like generally combat worthy. I kind of took supplementary things for her, so I think she's actually just going to go ahead and attack. So that's going to be another 6 dice for her because she's just swinging away. So boom, 1, 2, 3 successes on her attack, and they will defend with what is their defense again? I think it's 7.
I think it's 8.
Their defense is 8. Darn it. And they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they easily defended. But I'm going to spend 1 to attack again because I can. 1, 2, 3 on my attack. And 1 on the defense. Good. Which means I do 3 more damage, and actually I squash one of those people.
Awesome.
So that person's gone. I slice through them easily. And actually, with that, you know what? I'm going to spend 1 more because I can. And because I have so many. Because I have so many. I'm going to spend 1 more, and I'm going to attack the other person now because why not?
Just comes in and take them both out. Awesome.
If I can, that would be awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4 for me. And let's see what they get. 1, 2, 3, which means I deal another 2 to that one. All right, so I'm cutting them to ribbons.
Yeah.
I haven't boosted at all. I was hoping I would start boosting because if I boost with my blades, I actually cause bleeding. But I haven't boosted
nice.
yet. I'm trying to boost. It's just not happening as good as I'm rolling. It's just still not happening. You know what? I think spending those 2... Oh, you know what? I'm going to spend another 1. So now I've spent 3. I'm going to spend 1 more, and I'm going to up that damage by 1. So there's 3 there.
Nice.
All right, so I've done 3 damage, and fun. All right.
Awesome.
And who goes after me? Oh, it's Danielle.
Yeah. Oh.
No, Danny. Sorry.
Is it Danny
I was
or
like,
Danny?
is that Osamu? Yeah. I figured because he has an 8 initiative.
Yeah.
Okay. So 1's down. How's the last guy sounding? Is he on his last breath or?
Oh no, they're pretty good. The other person's pretty good.
Okay.
Because we were
Alright.
mostly focusing on the other.
Right. And the birds are still there, eh?
Yeah, the birds are untouched at this point.
Okay. I guess Osama is gonna focus on the birds. I guess
Okay.
he has mantis, which is catching prey. Could he, snatch a bird?
Well, the catching prey is less the
Like-
catching and more if something's attacking you, you can grab it.
Grab it, yeah.
Okay.
So it's more of a defensive.
And they're
thing.
not attacking him yet. Okay. I guess Osama will go in and try to help your character, or you guys with the last dude, I suppose.
Okay.
Get him out of the way. So what does he actually have that would be...
Did you even take a weapon?
I did not. He's hand to hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then you would just go up and hit.
What's that?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
so you would just go up and hit.
Yeah. I guess Asami will just go up and try to do that. So,
Okay.
what do we got? Would that be might?
Depends. How are you attacking? Remember, combat pools are just like describe how you're attacking, and we come up with a combo.
Okay, so Osama probably heard one go down. He's going to go in, and it doesn't really go to the hard-handed stuff. He's probably going to try to throw the guy.
Okay.
Some kind of, maybe something like, a keto or something like that. Just kind of, he does more like disabling stuff than anything else.
Okay.
So he'll probably just try to throw the guy, get him to the ground.
So in this case, what you can do is you can use your standard action to grab him, and then you can spend a dynamic action to act again and throw him if you want.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
So to grab him...
To initiate the grab is probably going to be, let's say, fighting and speed to initiate the grab. And then after that, it would probably be a fighting and might to actually throw him.
Okay. So let's see what I got here. I got 1 success to grab him.
Okay. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6
Okay.
to not
All right.
get grabbed.
Tries. Sorry.
It's all
He
right.
tried.
Well, that was just your standard action. You still have 2 dynamic actions. Did you want to try again? You could.
Sure. I guess he'll just try to grab him again.
Okay.
He'll try to. Oh, I'm sorry. Here, let me clear that off.
I may reduce these dice pools a little bit.
I got 2.
The final version, because this is a lot of dice I'm rolling.
I felt that way when I was reading through,
Yeah. Well, I think because Rush was the one who designed the antagonists, and what he said was basically characters will find a way around the high dice pools.
I don't think at early stages, no.
At early stages, though, this is actually a really hard fight
Yeah.
against this particular thing. And this is just like the Ninja Squad. I just have you up against a couple of ninjas from the Ninja Squad.
Yeah.
Which, I think this should probably be slightly lower.
I've got
'cause I actually rolled 4 successes to defend. Yeah. So, all right. Did you wanna let go of your turn there?
Yeah, I'll just keep my
Okay.
last dynamic action.
Okay. Because then it becomes the ninja's turn and Danielle's turn, but Danielle gets to go first because she's a character.
Yay,
Since you're
I
a
get to
player,
go.
you get to go before the bad guy.
Yay, I get to go before the bad guys. Okay. I'm going to probably try to use my jutsu again, since that worked so well last time.
Sturdy Fist is amazing.
Sturdy Fist. I've got 3 dice, and I mean, like, really, it's just, I really hope that I don't
It's
fail.
really just a matter of just don't roll no successes.
That was a success. All right, I've got 1 success.
Okay.
That gives me
What you need.
a +2 to fighting, and this time, as we knocked out the other one, right? So it's just the one that Asamu tried to throw.
Right.
Okay. So I'm going to, I guess, kind of jump in there, and I think I would like to do an athletics fighting roll on that.
Okay.
Which is less dice than last time, but still decent.
But cooler.
But cooler, yeah. I'm kind of like rolling over there to make an attack. Whoa, okay.
I like it. Yeah, fighting in
so
athletics sounds great.
Yeah, so that's 7.
Yeah.
That's 7 successes? Is that what you just said?
Yeah. There's 7. She got
Ooh.
3 10s and a 9.
All right, well, let's see. 1, 2. I got 2. So that means you attacked for. You're using a weapon, right? Are you?
No, I'm using my fists.
Okay, so you don't get the extra damage because you're not using a weapon. So you do 5 damage, and you boost. So that boost can be an additional damage. So you can do 6 there, or you can, or if you have something else cool to do with that boost, because a bunch of different characters have different things you can do with boosts. But in combat, you can just use it for an extra damage if you want. That would be 6 damage. That's an amazing hit. Actually, if you used
gonna
it for,
say I could use my Eagle style and do 8 damage, which I think I'm just gonna knock this guy out in one hit. I'm gonna do that.
That's actually what's going to happen. Yeah, so it's just boom. You spend a dynamic action, and he is out.
She's like, you know what? I'm done with this fight. This is
it's like, wow.
yeah, we've been playing around.
Just like grab him by the head and like flip him over. Like you do it like this.
So yeah, that's a really good. I'm gonna say like you just like punched through his chest, and your hand is like bloody coming out of the other side because that's what you do.
That's what I do.
Because you're Eagle style, and that's what it's like. Wah! And so yeah, and actually when we take them down, the birds actually just kind of go away because they were controlling the birds.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, they'd attack. So that's the end of that fight. Wow, that was only 1.5 rounds, really, because Sakana didn't get to go again or anything.
It's alright, all he would have done is look for a base.
He's got the orchids, though. He's like trying to protect the flowers.
I don't know why you killed those guys. We were just here for flowers.
Which at the same time, like we just saw. See, that's the whole thing with it's a lot of dice that I'm rolling, and it's really bad because Osamu couldn't land anything, and then you do that against the same amount of dice, and it's like, well, is it unbalanced then at that point? I don't know. It's kind of because it does work. Because you just punched a hole through his chest, so...
I did. I cracked his neck.
Yeah. To be fair, Osamu is not really like a battle-centric character.
True.
I didn't really build him that way. He's more like mystic and defense. He's got defense stuff, and he's got, his senses and things like that. But he's not really like been built to, go in and do a bunch of hits or anything,
Right.
so.
Exactly.
So, I didn't expect him to, acquit himself like awesomely, but,
Well, and honestly, even with all of that, Suzuki was the only one who even got hit. So we still survived it pretty easily. So that actually wasn't that bad. We'll see. We'll see what happens on the next fight. So
we did outnumber them too. So
we did outnumber them. I thought that the birds would be an equalizer, but they really weren't. Because they were slow. That's the problem with that. And I didn't have them. You know what? I didn't have them spend any of their dynamic actions either. So I think that's also something, because they technically had 2 dynamic actions that they could have spent. I'll do something with that next time. It'll work out. So yes, so the fight's over, and your hand is dripping with blood, and my Kama have blood all over them, because technically I took out one and you took out one, because we're the 2 warriors. And
Jeez, don't get that on the flowers, you guys.
I wipe off my blades and I put them back. And actually, I think what Kasumi wants to do is she wants to check out this temple actually a little bit. See what they have going on in here.
Yeah.
We might have a base.
Yeah. So you guys go in. Well, she's going in. I assume you guys are following her.
Oh, yeah.
You don't hear anything else, so there's not like anybody else inside Osamu. So Osamu can hear because he's got the sonic hearing. You don't hear anybody else.
Okay.
That doesn't mean that they're not using something that makes you unable to hear them, but I'm just saying you don't hear anything.
Okay. I will relate that to everybody else. I'll be like,
which is the reason why there's under the way of the unseen, there's unheard, there's unnoticed, and there's unscented, because there are a lot of different ways to find people in this game. Yeah. So yes, so you guys kind of go in, and there's kind of mats on the ground. There's weapons lining the walls, because this was actually a dojo, like a training center.
Oh, okay.
You can tell that the floor opens up as well. Like, if you were to, like, you could open up, like, there's something underneath this structure that you could possibly open the floor up and see. So there's that. And let me see before you do anything. Let me see if there's any other important things to the description of the place. I'm going to say no. Actually, besides that, it's actually a pretty small place. There's just that, and then there's like an area in the middle of the floor that could technically be opened.
Osamu is interested in figuring out how to open that. As a
Okay.
chronicler, he's very interested and curious as to what could open that, so I guess he's going to start, maybe feeling around for a lever or,
Okay.
something that might open it up.
You do hear some. Actually, no, you don't hear anything. Ha ha ha! I forgot. They have a thing down there.
Uh-huh.
So
They have a
you
thing down there. Well, that's
do
good.
not hear anything.
Okay.
So there is actually there is a lock on the actual floor itself though. So it's really just a lock. You could probably hit it and get it gone. It's just mostly to keep out riffraff than anything. So
Sarkana!
Riffraff like me, yes, yeah.
The lock!
yes.
No, it's to keep out riffraff like me. I don't do locks. Yeah.
It's not really a thing. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Definitely not my thing. Well, I could.
Yeah.
I technically could.
Yeah, I don't know what we would use to do that.
He's like,
well,
here.
it would be
No, so he kind
crap.
of goes, well, I know exactly what we do for that. Hang on 1 second. He'll just go outside to those bodies, and I'm sure one of them's got a key.
Actually, yes, one of them does have a key.
He comes back in and goes, all right, I picked your lock. Hope you're happy.
Very cool. All right. So, Kasumi's actually really interested in seeing what's in there as well. So she's like right there. She's ready when you open it. So she's very interested. Is anybody else there as well?
Oh, yeah.
Or is it just Osamu and
No.
and Kasumi who are very interested in this?
Oh, no, Sakana's got a C, too.
So what about Suzuki?
Yeah. No. I am totally going in there. I'm not letting you.
Let's all go in.
Yeah, I'm not letting you guys go in by yourselves. What if there are more ninjas inside?
The question is more just like, are you like right there ready to see what it opens up to, or are you kind of hanging back, or?
No, I think I'm probably kind of keeping an eye out, like, to make sure nobody's coming up to the temple. Like, I'm just they're like over here.
So you're kind of over on the side. All right. Cool.
Yeah, kind
so
of.
then
keeping
only
an
the
eye
three
on
of us need to make a roll. So.
Well then.
Yeah.
So that's why I was asking. Let's actually make it. We're gonna make it a speed and let's say athletics. Speed and athletics.
Can I tumble as part of this?
Yes, I will give you the bonus for tumbling.
Awesome.
1, 2. I only get 4 dice, and this is difficulty 3. So let's see what happens.
Oh, dang it, 2.
Crap.
I only got 2 as well.
I got 1 success, so whatever it is.
So whatever the balance of the margin, so I'm going to take 1 damage. You're going to take 2 damage, Osamu, and then actually it's not even going to be damage. It's actually going to be a poisoned condition. So I'm actually going to add 1 to mine. So now I'm at poison 2. Osamu is going to be at poison 2, and now Sakana is going to be at poison 1.
Poison 1.
And what it is actually is we open up the thing, and there is added draw. What's draw? What's that? Anyway, so it opens up, and there is a like pit of snakes down there. And as soon as it opens up, like 10 or 15 of the snakes just leap out and start snapping at us. And we do get bit because we rolled poorly. So we do take on some poison.
Why did it have to be snakes?
And actually, if you make a knowledge and actually let's do the double knowledge. So knowledge plus knowledge check, which is of course just a fate die for me.
Is everyone rolling this?
Because I'm so smart. Everybody can roll this, yeah.
It's just a knowledge.
Knowledge plus knowledge.
I also have to roll a fate die.
Yeah, I knows nothing, and I rolled a 2, so it meant nothing. So.
Hey.
7-0.
And of
I got-
course,
3?
Osamu is of course going to know that. So 3. Yeah, I was just looking for 1 really. Did you roll, Danielle?
Did I roll?
Yeah,
For
the knowledge.
snakes? Oh, for
Yeah,
knowledge.
just
For
knowledge plus
snakes.
knowledge
Roll
So
for
it's-
snakes.
So it's knowledge plus what?
plus knowledge. So you're just doubling your knowledge.
Oh, well, it's not going to be very good.
Is it going to be better than a
1.
fate die?
I
Alright.
won.
So you guys know from a lot of the you guys know some recoiling serpents. You don't know, like, none of you actually are, obviously, but you know a couple that live in Denketsu, and they've told you stories about how during their ninja training they'll drag their young out and throw them in snake pits, and the ones who survive get to become ninja.
Ah. Okay.
So this is one of those, and the snake pit itself has a silence on it, because otherwise you'd have to hear the children scream.
Ugh.
Great. You should put that cover back on.
Yes, we totally snapped that back on. And of course,
No.
Get out of here.
only Osamu and Suzuki know that. Like, me and Takana are like, man, those snakes.
Yeah. I don't know why they had a pile of snakes down
What
there.
the hell are they doing? We're just a pit full of snakes out here. This is stupid.
Well, we are in the,
You guys are weird.
coiling serpents. Okay, whatever.
All right, so then what we would say is that we're going to be like, okay, so we got our orchids, so we're done with that scene basically.
Yeah.
So we're going to leave that, which means we're moving to a new scene. So before we do that, we can tend to our wounds.
Okay.
So I'm probably really good at this, actually.
You're probably better at it than the
well,
rest of us.
Well, I'm really good at this particular thing because I have Pure Touch, which removes poison conditions. So let's see. It's a yen plus holistics, and I have yen. And where's my holistics here? So I am rolling 5 dice. So let's see. I will remove poisons from me first, because obviously, boom, that,
Nice.
and I boosted because I rolled 5 frickin' successes on my level 1 basic jutsu.
Nice.
So
And
that's pretty nice.
You can use a boost to do extra targets, right?
Actually, you're right. I can. So I'm gonna use a boost. I'm gonna use a boost, and that'll actually affect you as well, Sakana.
Yay!
Actually, no, Osamu, because Osamu
Yeah,
had
Osamu.
another one.
Because
So I'll use
my
my boost to get Osamu as well, and then actually it says here that if I do a boost on, oh, that's pretty cool. All right, I can lower any condition by 1 on a boost as well, just because I'm pretty awesome. But I only boosted once, and I already took care of hers. So I can do it again for you though, and clear out your poison. Like, actually, if it wasn't poison, then I would be a lot less suited for this. But because it's poison, like, I have the thing that gets rid of poison.
Again, it's like you've traveled through this area before, doing exactly this.
And I actually got 1 success on that, which is what I needed.
I'll take
and
it.
Removes your poison condition as well. So now nobody is poisoned.
Yay!
That's good. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to do another journey. It's actually going to be a pretty similar journey to the last one because we're still going through wooded areas and whatnot. And this will account for the other 2 days of our travel. So the first one was for the first 2 days. That got us to the orchids. This one will be for the next 2 days. That'll get us to the Black Veil province, and then we'll have a scene of us going into the territory and stuff like that.
Okay.
So this will just be us getting there. So let me go back to journeys now, because I wish somebody had some jutsu that affected journeys, by the way. Nobody's got any of those.
Not yet. I have I had plans for it, but I
Because
didn't.
there are some really good ones, like just skip phases, yeah.
The way of water has some really good stuff in it.
Oh yeah, totally. Especially if you're like doing a river journey, definitely.
Hey,
All
can
right,
Sakana
so
trail break this time, and we'll let the scout try to avoid trouble?
well,
Please.
yes, I think that's actually probably a good idea. So do you want to do our planning again, Osamu, or do you think
Sure.
you're going to be better suited somewhere else? Do you think you're good on the planning?
Yeah,
All
I
right,
think I can do
go,
that.
go for the
That
planning.
is.
And it's
Remind me of what it is
knowledge
again.
and persuade.
2, 3.
And we'll do this because we're just going to do the same wilderness journey. But the book, for anybody who's watching, the book actually has journeys along roads and journeys along rivers as well as examples. But we're doing a wilderness one, and of
I
course you
got
can kind of make it up as you go along.
2 successes.
2 successes. That's what we needed. Again, that actually. You didn't actually do this last time, but
Oh yeah, we forgot. We had a.
you get to lower the difficulty of a future journey check during this journey by 1. So don't
Yeah.
forget. So don't forget you can do that because you might have actually saved us before.
Save some poisoning.
So, but it's your choice because you did the planning. So,
Okay.
so there's that. All right. So then the next roll is actually going to be the river, which is the trailblazing one. Last
Yes,
time
please.
we had Suzuki do it. So should we have Osaka to do it? So should we have
Yeah.
Sakana do that one?
Yeah, let's do. Yeah,
All right,
let's do that,
And
and
let's
that way I can
Sakana
do the
do
stealth
it.
one.
And what's the difficulty?
A difficulty 3 again because we're still this trailblazing and whatnot.
So
There's that, and then you get fortitude and travel.
fortitude and travel.
Yeah, to get through that tough jungle there.
So I've got 4 dice. Can we reduce the difficulty after, or do we have to do that before?
I believe it has to be done before, but
You want to go ahead and do that?
I think planning, yeah, let's totally throw that
Okay.
in. Because she's
All right.
really good at stealth, so I think
so
we'll
we're
be
reducing
okay.
it by 2. Okay.
Yeah. Gosh, and I still fumble! Woo!
Oh, and 2 consequences.
Oh
Well,
man.
Well, technically 1 consequence, and we're going to get a karma.
Oh, I think I'll take both, so we get 2 cards.
Are you going to take both? All right.
Yeah.
What do you? So
Karma
describe to
up.
us what just happened. Like, why are you? So you're trailblazing. What happens that you are going? What kind of consequences are you thinking you're going to
we
take?
get completely lost. For one.
Oh no.
Yeah, completely lost. So like the travel ends up going longer, and we're kind of getting deeper into the wrong territory.
Oh, man.
It's almost like I felt this tree before. We've been here.
What? I got this, guys. I totally got this. That and what with the other one, he's gonna lose the orchids.
What?
What? Are you serious?
No!
How about
No!
we say instead? How about we say we lose? Let's say we lose half of them,
We
and the other half are slightly battered.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So we still have a gift, and that the whole thing wasn't just a big waste.
Wait.
Hey, that's the tragedy of ones. You know, it's not me, it's the dice.
Let's say we will say that we lost a good number of them, though. I think that's probably good.
Or like take a spill into a river, and they're floating down just like the fireworks. Like no.
I'm going to say that the getting lost is actually going to up the difficulty of the next check by 1. So that's actually going to be yours. The avoiding the beasts and woods and stuff like that. That's the perception and stealth, but it's difficulty 3 now.
You got 3 karma pool dice. You might use them.
You do have 3.
Well,
you have to grab these beforehand.
Okay, well, I start with 4 dice.
Okay.
I'm going to grab one out of the karma pool.
Okay.
Just for fun.
Okay. It's difficulty 3.
So we don't lose any more orchids.
Okay.
Before we're standing before the guy with like 1 battered orchid with, hanging off of it or something.
I have
being
2
like, here.
successes. 3 successes.
Yeah,
Yay,
3.
10.
Woo!
Oh my god.
Thank you for saving our butts. That's it. Sakana just has to stay behind and just like,
Hey, you're
We're
gonna
not
have to
even
roll
going
on one
ahead
of these
anymore.
days. You're gonna have to roll at one of these.
So there's that then.
Yeah.
And then the mountain pass is the next one. That's the river crossing. That's the survival and travel. So that's me. And again, I think I had one die for that, which is not good.
Use a
Yeah.
karma
So
die.
There's still two in
I'm
the
actually
normal
gonna grab one of the karma die now, and so I'm gonna roll 2 dice instead, and we'll see what I get. I got 1 success, and I need a 2. So, but I don't take any consequences or anything. It just means that again we lose some sort of heavy item. It's not a light item. It's gonna be a heavy one.
There goes the wine.
So I think the wine's gone now.
No, not the wine.
Sadly, yes.
We like.
Sorry,
we
it's really all
drank
my
it.
fault.
Throwing things while we're walking.
No, we just drank it while we're lost.
We're lost and we drank it. Just screw this place. It sucks so much.
Oh no, we lost all the wine bottles. It's okay, they were empty. So
Yeah, like
and then the last one is going to be how do we emerge back into society. This one is going to be an empathy and intuition check. So who wants to make this check? That is actually not that bad of a check for me. I could make it. It's 4. I have 4 dice for that.
Yeah, everyone's gone, right? So
Yeah, so we can go again. Yeah.
so anyone can go again.
So I can do 4. You said Osamu can do 4 as well.
Yeah, but I
I
also
can do
have,
three.
yeah.
Because it's all kind of about how we're entering the area. Because we could say we're entering the area and we are the bodyguards of this living chronicle who's here to chronicle something. So we could always do something like that. Or I could be here and you're just my companions and we can just say that they just ignore me because I'm kind of a pariah anyway and they want to ignore me because I'm bad status. So it's basically we can come in and kind of use my bad status as a way to kind of get under the radar, or we can use her as a way to kind of blend in.
I think I'd rather blend in.
Okay.
All
So-
We
right.
might attract the wrong kind of attention by having.
It's definitely true, especially if I wanted to
Pariah.
activate my trigger, which none of us have done that yet.
I
So.
say I immediately attract the wrong kind of attention.
Yeah.
So there's that. Well, this is just we can always do that during the
Yeah.
scene when we actually
Yeah,
get
we'll do that later.
This is just the getting in. So yeah, go ahead and make your roll then.
It's empathy and.
Intuition.
All right.
So you said you have 4 dice for that,
I do.
and you have 3 successes.
3
Awesome.
Nice.
I only needed 1, so it's all good. So we emerge back out without disturbing anybody, and everybody's like, oh yeah, they're just with Ecker Living Chronicle, whatever.
Does
Like,
that one
yeah,
get us ally if we succeed?
What's
Was
that?
Was the benefit to that one getting an ally if we succeed, or is it something else?
Ooh, that's actually, let me see here. Defaults to empathy plus success produces a helpful local character as a temporary contact. Any failure. So yeah, actually what I'm going to say is...
Sorry, Scout.
So actually, instead of him being there, we were supposed to meet him there. So your success there means we met him. A failure would have meant we had to kind of go on a quest for him. So what's going on?
So he's like, there you guys are.
Yeah.
So we actually we do arrive in a town in the Where's the book? There it is. In the Black Veil province. This city is. I like the descriptions of some of the cities.
You don't have a map for us.
What's that?
I said you don't have a map for us.
No, well, I mean I do, but so I'm gonna say that we are in the city of Kafukyo, and that translates roughly to widow's tear. It is actually one of the past emperors was killed here, like a long time ago, which is why it's gotten that. And it's got a slightly tainted atmosphere. It's still like a thriving location for like noblemen and stuff because it's pretty corrupt and it has a lot of like really bad elements, like a lot of like red light districts and like gambling and stuff like that. That's the kind of city that we're in right now because the Black Veil province is like a lot of crap. Because they have the Black Veil province is so like that's the Grasping Shadows like hometown, which is awesome. But they have the Great Desert like the black desert on one side of like horrible heat, and on the other side they have a volcano. So it's like the air is constantly like it's like a desert land. The air is like always has like soot in it. Like it's just not a really nice place to live. Except that the Grasping Shadows do a really good job defending their people and taking care of their people from outside threats. So that's actually one of the cooler things about living there is that you only have to fear the Grasping Shadows, really. So, but everything really kind of sucks. Anyway, it kind of sucks there though. So yeah, so you guys are in that town, and again, it's like full of like red light districts and gambling and stuff. And I'm gonna say like, let's say that we actually arrive probably like in the evening, so it's kind of bustling there. We found our contact. Nice enough guy. Let's say his name is Now, N-A-O.
Okay.
So his name is Now. And yeah. So how he says welcome to our town, and we can go into the territory now. I don't suggest going into Grasping Shadow territory at night, however. So it's not advisable.
Sure.
Well, is there a place we can stay in town for the night?
He says, sure. I've already booked you lodging. I knew that 4 of you were coming, so I do have lodging available for you. And yeah, so we can always stay here for the evening.
Okay.
And of course, Kasumi is like, yeah, that's probably a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
However, does anybody want to activate any kind of triggers here? Because I actually can think of a couple of our triggers that would work really nicely here.
Yeah.
I could.
Like Danielle Suzuki could be like, activate your Ninja Pride trigger and be like, no, we can do this at night.
Yeah,
I'm pretty darn good at this. You don't understand. I'm also a Grasping Shadow. I'm awesome. So,
I'm awesome at night.
So that's technically, if you wanted to do that, or technically, if we wanted to activate Daryl's clan one, it could activate his Disrespected, which means it actually could be where it actually kind of brings some bad attention to us while we're in town. So we could always have that happen. What are mine? Ooh, yeah. I can't. It's really hard for me to not make deals when money's involved, which kind of includes gambling. So that could be bad as well. So I don't think that we should all like activate our things all at once, but just whatever's going to take the scene in a really fun way. I think that's what we should do. Like,
Well,
one
I
of
was
us should
gonna say,
activate.
like, I could also have one of my sellsword, something from my past. Well, so usually that's if it causes me problems.
That describes that.
So,
Yeah.
Right. So if something from my past maybe pops up in this town,
Okay.
that could be a problem. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of.
Osama's just the precious cinnamon roll over here. Just not even.
I don't even have anything bad that
He's like,
happens in my
but
life.
I had the thought. I'm like, oh crap! I can hear gambling going on. Like, who do I have to keep an eye on? Like, who do I have to like? And oh man, all of them.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
okay.
if you guys don't have a strong feeling, I think probably Kasumi's probably gonna give in to her gambling.
Yeah, I would think that would be probably the most likely.
Yeah, I can see that.
I would think it would either be my gambling or the Ninja Pride. Would be the two that I was thinking are the most likely to happen right now. But that's cool. I will up our karma by 1, and yeah. So she just like immediately goes, "There's gambling."
I was like, we could do this at night. No, there's gambling.
No, there's gambling, of course.
You're running
no, I
off.
completely agree with Now. There's no way we can survive a shadow version. There's no way we should even attempt it. No, we need to go in here and we need to do this. Yes. So yeah, so she runs right to the gambling, So she's all in on the gambling, and I'm gonna say that she goes in there and she starts betting craps and stuff. Let's not craps. What is that dice game that they play? I don't remember the name of it. The one where they roll it and then they put the cup on
it's
top.
It's got to be under over, yeah.
Yeah, under over thing, yeah.
Oh, so, sure.
Now,
Yeah.
I would actually say before you do that, because Sakana hasn't been helpful enough yet, like he's got to kind of do like a little bit of juggling or something in the performance hall trying to get tips. But really what he's doing is he's maneuvering around behind the other players and he wants to help Kasumi win. He wants to kind of cheat for her, give some signals.
Okay. So I think what you're going to need to do, though, is you would need to make, if you were going to do that, so you're going to the gambling hall with me, apparently.
Yeah, oh heck yeah.
It's called Chohan.
Chohan.
Chohan. The game uses 2 standard 6-sided dice, which are shaken in a bamboo cup or bowl by a dealer. Yeah, the cup is then overturned on the floor. Players then place their wagers on whether the sum total of the numbers showing on the dice will be Cho, even, or Han odd. That's how it works.
It's even odds, not high and low. Got it.
Yeah.
Right. All right.
And Osamu is going to go with Suzumi because, just to make sure there's not too much trouble. Plus, he has, like, the bond that, like, feels like something interesting might happen. They might need to chronicle this sort of stuff. Or was it Suzuki?
I think that's me. No, that's me.
I'm going with you. Who's gambling? Yeah.
Yes.
Suzumi.
Kasumi and Sakana are going.
Kasumi, yeah. So I'm probably going to go along as well in that kind of like, you poor, pathetic people and your, like,
need to gamble.
Desires, yeah, your weird desires, but okay. I will go watch this thing that you seem to enjoy so much.
Oh, it's amazing. You don't even know. So I'm going to say that, yeah, so she goes and she does that. So she's going and gambling. So you guys walk in and it's like, it's your average hall is just like people screaming everywhere. There's like lots of people, like 'cause it's all on the floor, so everybody's kind of on the floor and
right.
And they're doing it. It's like So Kasumi actually goes up and she's going to start betting. So she's gonna throw some jade onto the pile, start betting, and
how much money do we have?
Money is not really a thing in this game. Because it's not, because you're a ninja, so how much money you have is not really all that interesting of a concept. So money doesn't actually exist as a thing that you spend or anything in this game.
Sure.
Yeah. Because it's more like, because it's not a matter of me of how much money I have, so how much am I going to wager. It's more the fact that I can't stop myself from wagering.
Right.
So that's the important part of that. So she is going to do some gambling, so that's what she's doing. You said you're going to juggle, and so you're juggling and trying to also...
Yeah, basically he's trying to kind of distract him, essentially.
Okay, so you're trying to distract other people.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going to make a perception and deception check. I'm sorry, a perform and deception check is what you're going to make. So, and then of course Osamu is just like, well, the odds of it ending up evens or odds are technically this based on the probability of the other thing that, like...
You're like, never tell me the odds.
I'm just kind of standing around bored, or at least looking bored.
So let's roll and see. I'm gonna roll and see what she gets in terms of her rolls here. So she has, damn it, I was hoping for 3. So she has failed her first thing, but of course she can't stop yet, so she's going to make another. And, ooh, she won big time. All right, so she won and boosted, so she was not only able to make her money back, but she was able to make a bunch more money, which is awesome. So she starts buying rounds for like everybody in the game. She's so because that's just how she is.
Does this mean she's also now everybody's getting drunk? This sounds terrible.
Exactly. So it's pretty awesome. And actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to up our karma by 1, and I'm going to say that the only person that you notice. I boosted it by 1 for the boost that I just got, but I'm upping it again actually because Suzuki actually notices. I'm gonna activate your person from the past. Actually comes into play here.
Okay.
Trigger. Because I like that. I actually like the idea of us coming to a town where you probably have run through this town a lot because it's old Grasping Shadows territory.
Yep.
So you've probably been here a few times. So describe to us one of your somebody who's out to get you because of something that you did in the past.
Okay. So, while I was out being a sellsword, essentially a assassin for hire, I assassinated a very important person in the personages of one of the local, so at the time this used to be Grasping Shadows territory, but it was contested with the Serpents.
Okay.
And I assassinated someone, pretty important as part of a job, but that person's son didn't necessarily catch me, but had a lot of evidence against me that I had done it, and was all trying to, bring it up to people and get people to notice. And while that didn't get a lot of traction, that person did decide that they had it out for me, and so I kind of beat a hasty retreat and haven't been back since.
Okay. So then, yeah. All right. So then that guy is there in the bar and notices you.
Huh. All right.
So his most likely. Ooh, you know what? No. I think what's going to end up happening is that he kind of just motions to some of the security in the gambling bar, and
Lord.
they grab you and Kasumi. I'm going to say that they didn't actually notice that Sakana or Osamu were with you.
We're not.
They didn't notice they were with you. But,
with you.
But they're gonna grab you and Kasumi, and they grab you and they throw you out of a window.
Holy shit! I just got thrown out of a window.
Holy crap!
They're
I'm
just
really
like,
mad about
whoa! Just throw you right out of a window. Make a fortitude check. So just fortitude plus fortitude.
Okay.
That's
So
actually
that's
2 dice for Kasumi.
that's
So
4
I got
dice.
2 successes. Awesome.
Oh, let's see. I got 1 success.
All right, so I was dealing 3 damage for going through the window and hitting the ground. So I actually did 2 successes, so I'm only going to take 1 damage. That means you got 1 success, you'll take 2 damage.
Good times. Did we heal damage from that fight over with the?
You know what? I never did that. So real quick, so you're right. Before we do that, let me bring up. So there's actually healing. Let me bring up healing here, because you heal a certain amount between scenes automatically.
Right.
So I just have to figure out what that amount is. Here it is. So it is your fortitude plus discipline plus 1 divided by 2.
So that's 5 divided by 2, so 2. Okay.
So 2. So you would have healed 2 damage.
Which I had 2 damage, so I healed it all, and now I've taken 2 more though because.
Right. You've taken 2 new ones. Yes.
Yeah.
So and when you were talking about that, see, because you said I'm going to take the 2 damage. You could have converted that to 2 different level 1 conditions, which would have meant that those level 1 conditions would have been gone at the end of the scene anyway.
Sure.
So there's that too. So there's a few different ways. You're like, well, it's only 2 damage, so I'll just heal that back in between scenes, or convert them into 2 level 1 conditions, and then you heal them back at the end of the scene anyway.
Right.
So like low levels of damage like that really aren't that big of a deal. It's
yeah.
it's like when you start getting hit for like 5 and 6 at a
Yeah,
time, where you're like, crap, I have to figure this out.
Yeah,
Exactly. So, like
Okay.
people, fists going through your bodies and stuff like that.
I don't know when that happens.
Then you punch through the guys. Yeah.
I did.
So okay, so yeah, so you and Kasumi are like thrown through panes of glass. And
Kasumi, what did you do? She's like, I don't know. I was on a roll. I don't know. What did you do? Why did we just get thrown out?
And you actually see, like, there's the guy comes out and he's got all the security behind him because apparently he owns this place now. He owns this gambling bar.
I see. So I get up, I brush myself off, and I look at him. I'm kind of like, well, I'm in your territory, so I'm like, give that kind of like, so what is this how it's gonna be?
He says, yeah, I don't think that this town is for you anymore.
All right then. That's how you feel. Understand. You have every right to feel that way. It's great. But I need to spend the night here tonight, so that's what's going to happen. Not in your establishment, clearly. I'll take my friend. We'll leave.
He says, as long as you're out before tomorrow, then that's fine.
I'll leave when I do.
I'll leave what I do.
Well, and he says, I'm going to come looking for you tomorrow. If you're still here, then there will be trouble.
Yeah. That's probably true. Yep. Understandable.
Kasumi's like, should we just like take these guys out or like?
Kasumi, it's okay. We'll be leaving.
She's like, I fight on the front lines. Like this is not. No, I'm a warrior. This isn't the way that these kind of things happen.
Well, I mean, do you really want to go back in and keep gambling? Is that what's going on here?
No, I guess not. Although I did lose all the money because I didn't get to cash in my shit.
I was actually going to say, when this is all happening, Sakana's totally going to go scoop up her winnings.
There you go.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right. So actually, that's a really good place to stop, and because that's our 2 hours. So we'll actually say that then, yeah. So it's like really kind of tense there, and then and then you guys go back to the inn, and then
someone just waits till they three leave, and then he just sort of quietly walks out of the place.
Right.
like he's just like I don't know, I was just here, like I don't even, he doesn't even say anything. He just waits till they walk off, and then just walks behind them, like, okay, well, I didn't want to be in here anyway.
So then Sakana will go ahead and hand Kasumi her winnings and be like, oh, good, we didn't have to bribe that guy with his own money.
Awesome.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, totally. Cool. All right, guys. So that was a good first session, I think.
Yeah.
So thank you, everybody, for coming and watching. And otherwise, I think we'll be getting together again. And can we do 2 weeks? Can we get on the 21st? Can we do that again?
Yeah.
Bye.
Monday. Yeah.
Is that going to work?
Yeah.
Let's see. I know. Okay, it should work for me. I might be a little late, but it shouldn't be too. It would be at most like 7:30 instead of 7. Like it wouldn't be.
And
super
that works.
late.
We can adjust the time as needed.
I mean, we can plan for 7, and if I'm not there, like I'll text you or email you to let you know if I'm running late.
I think that's great. All right, so everybody, look for the next session on the 21st. Then, other than that, see you guys later. Thanks for coming and watching.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, thank you.